Unprecedented amounts of rainfall across Scotland yesterday. There is more to come across Scotland and through England as we head through today and tomorrow.
We're concentrating. It's very unusual. So they've updated the flood warnings?
Yeah, so the rain falls and then it takes a while for that to get into the rivers and for them to start to rise. So even when the rain eases later on today, the situation is going to get worse with these flood warnings going up and up and up. So we still are in the grips of our red weather warning. We talked about it yesterday and they are issued because there is a risk to life, and we have already unfortunately seen one fatality. And it is down to the colossal and unprecedented amount of rain that we had falling across the UK yesterday, particularly across Scotland. So I actually wanted to just show you how much rain fell across Scotland yesterday. So on average, we had around about 5 centimetres of rain falling across the whole of Scotland. It might not sound like very much, but that volume of rainfall equates to 1.6 billion Olympic-sized swimming... 1.6 million Olympic-sized swimming pools. That is the amount of rain that fell across Scotland yesterday, and this is likely to be a conservative estimate. And all of this rain has to go somewhere, and a lot of it goes into rivers. So at the moment, these are the latest flood warnings across Scotland. 12 flood alerts, the lowest level of warning, 16 flood warnings, but 4 severe flood warnings. One of those on the river, where Jonathan Swain is this morning, which is set to peak this morning, and it could well be the highest level that river has ever recorded. Not just Scotland seeing this rainfall, also England. And England, we now have 100 flood alerts. That's just gone up, 11 flood warnings. And all of these will continue to rise as we head through today and tomorrow with yet more rain falling. We've seen huge waves crashing into the coast. The advice from the RNLI is to stay away from the coast. They are treacherous and extremely dangerous. Roads, as we've seen, are completely impassable. And again, the advice is don't drive through floodwaters. 30 centimetres is enough to float your car. Unfortunately, things get a lot worse before they get better. Here's the details. So our red weather warning remains in force today across southeastern parts of Scotland until midday today, but there are many other weather warnings in force. But first of all, I want to show you how much rain we've seen fall, and these are just spot values. One location has seen 160 millimetres of rain, so 16 millimetres. And if we look at that compared to the highest we've ever seen across Scotland, our daily rainfall total, the maximum, was 216, and so we could well see these records being broken. This was the rainfall radar from overnight last night, moving its way northwards, but it's the feed-in across the northeast of Scotland that has been relentless. Now, as we head through the next few days, many weather warnings in force. Yellows and ambers across eastern areas in particular, the red in force until midday today for up to 250 millimetres of rain falling. That's a third of a year's worth of rainfall in just a day. We continue to see those weather warnings in force as we head through the rest of Friday and on into Saturday as well. And the whole of the weekend weather remains very unsettled. Today, we actually start to see the rain easing a little across the east of Scotland, not quite as strong or powerful as it has been so far yesterday and overnight. But this is how it looks for today. Easing conditions, improving with the rain easing, but river levels are likely to rise. The focus for today is heavy rain, eastern areas of Scotland and northern areas of Wales. Tonight, we then see that rain feeding back into Scotland, feeding in as we head through the whole of Saturday. So we're likely to see further warnings being upgraded as we head through today and into tomorrow. Good morning to you. Storm Babette continues to bring torrential, in fact, exceptional amounts of rainfall across the UK, especially Scotland. We have our red weather warning in force still. And this radar sequence shows what happened overnight with this whole band of rain moving northwards. But it's the relentless feed into eastern Scotland. We have our red warning that's the issue. We saw some places. So we're in the middle of our red rain warning across eastern areas of Scotland, and it expires at midday today. But there is still a lot more rainfall to come. Many weather warnings in force for today, particularly for eastern areas. There are yellows across much of Northern Ireland, North Wales, eastern areas of England and Scotland, but it's the ambers that are of most concern that come into play for eastern Scotland. Storm Babette continues to cause widespread disruption, particularly across eastern areas of Scotland, where a red weather warning remains in force. The highest level that the Met Office issue, and they're exceptionally rare, on average around about one a year, down to the unprecedented amount of rainfall. I want to show you how much rain fell across Scotland yesterday, and this is a conservative. Yes, we continue to have our red rain warning for eastern Scotland. This is the highest level of warning and it means danger to life for eastern Scotland. And we continue to see torrential rain and it's caused river levels to rise. These are the very latest flood warnings across Scotland and they've been rising all morning. So the flood warnings for Scotland have been 12 alerts, 16 warnings, but 5 severe floods. That's danger to life. And there's one along the river where Jonathan Swain is this morning, where the community have been cut off. England have also got flood warnings in force. They have 127 flood alerts, 33 flood warnings. That was 16 and 99 when we started first thing this morning. Now, as we head through the next few hours, there is yet more rainfall to come. Now, welcome news for Scotland because the rain warnings here are going to continue. But welcome news for Scotland because the heavy rain for eastern areas is easing. But as we head through the night, there is more rainfall to come for eastern areas of Scotland, which means the river levels are set to continue to rise. Eastern areas of England where we're seeing torrential rainfall today, that is set to ease and move northwards as we head through the evening. But even if the rain stops, that rainfall is heading towards rivers, and it means river levels will continue to rise and respond as we head through the weekend, even once that rain has stopped. So tomorrow morning, more rain for eastern areas of Scotland. It's piling in, potentially another 100 millimetres of rain. In total for eastern Scotland in a few days, we could see half the year's worth of rainfall in just 2 to 3 days. So heavy showers continuing for England and Wales, blustery winds as we head through the weekend. Things slowly start to improve on Sunday, but those river levels look set to rise.